Welcome to Content Queens, the rise of women in media and entertainment. Today we are here to celebrate the remarkable women who are not only shaping the narratives we see on screen, but also driving innovation, breaking barriers, and redefining leadership in an industry long dominated by men. Sorry, guys, I have to say that. In 2022, women accounted for approximately 40% of global workforce in media and television, films, and entertainment related business. This marks significant growth from around 30% in early 2000s, although there is still considerable variation across countries and roles. In India, the representation of women in the media and entertainment sector has also been rising. Wow, that's good. Women now account for around 20 to 25% of the workforce, up from 10 to 15% in the 2000s. These trailblazers are changing the game, creating content that not only entertains but empowers. In this session, we will explore how they are shaping the future of media, harnessing the power of authentic storytelling, and redefining what it means to lead with impact in today's evolving entertainment landscape. I would like to call on stage my beautiful, my young, my speakers, Gayatri Guliani, founder and CEO, Cleos Entertainment, Anisha Rehana, co-founder, One Asset Exchange, Marike is here? Marike D'Souza, oh wow, welcome. Marike D'Souza, producer, Dhamma Productions, Sarita Patil, partner, Matchbox Shots, Anjali Bhushan, filmmaker and founder of Yantra Films and Apricot Sky Entertainment. Divya Agarwal, OTT personality, Big Boss winner. You guys are looking gorgeous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining here. We are very happy. I know the time is precious. Anjali, sorry, we are late. But thank you so much. Let's start our session, Content Queens. Okay. So my first question is, I know it's very obvious, but still I have to ask. See, in a way, we all are breaking barriers, in a way, in our life, because we are pursuing our dreams and we are doing what we want to do. So this question is for all of you, and I would like to know your stories in your own voice, in your heartfelt voice, please. What key challenges have you faced as a woman in the media and entertainment industry, and how did you overcome them? We can start from Anjali because she has less time.
Oh gosh. I started my career in, I think, 1995. 1st December was my first job. That was a time where the person I was working with, I won't name her, but she thought she should teach me a few ways of being a woman and use that in this male world. And I was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't do that. And I left in 2.5 months.
Wow.
And I didn't take part of my salary. I was quite pissed with her.
Oh.
I've had a very different way of looking at this whole thing because I worked on Kuch Kuch Hota Hai when I was the only woman behind the camera, apart from Farah and Geeta, who used to come for the songs.
Yeah.
And then Mamta joined us, I remember. So we were the only 2 women really, and there was a makeup dada's assistant.
Okay.
So that's the analog world that I'm talking about, where we were still on film, and during our film, I think one song we cut on digital. Okay. So a lot has happened since then. What I learned, I've also walked out of a film, by the way. Again, I won't name the writer, but he was also quite sexist, and he was going to do the dialogues, and I had changed the screenplay because as an associate director, I didn't think that was a relevant screenplay. And the film was already shot, and I was trying to finish it for my director. So there have been times when one has faced discrimination as a woman, but each time I've approached it as a human, not as a man or a woman. and just stood for the value that I believed in and walked out of it if I didn't think so, and not lowered that. I've been fortunate enough I have seen, let me put it this way, both sides of the spectrum, and somehow the only thing you can rely on is yourself. That's what I believe.
Very true.
And I'm luckily a director, so I haven't faced what the actresses may have faced.
Gayatri.
So the question was heartfelt, the barriers first.
What are the key challenges you have faced as a woman?
Okay.
And how did you overcome them?
Okay, so I think the first and foremost question that usually when you are, whether in corporate or when you are in any profession, people just walk up to you and kind of ask, how do you manage your work-life balance? And my question is like, really? I mean, do you ask that question to a male? No, right?
Sounds very familiar, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody's gone through that, right? So I think there's a lot of a couple of things that comes into play. One is the mindset, the stereotypical mindset,
Yes.
and then the profession that we chose.
Yeah.
And particularly when I was doing distribution, I've been doing distribution for so long, and that's a very male bastion
Yep.
area.
Yeah.
And usually when people would come and say, just look at you and like feel like, okay, fine. I mean, you're well dressed and all of that thing. So
Beautiful. True.
so घमंड नहीं करते हम अपनी तरह से थोड़ी ना तारीफ करेंगे. But anyway, on a lighter note, but on a serious note, it would be most of the time like they would be actually very defensive initially when there is any particular deal to be cracked and all of that, until the next 15 minutes where you're like really pushing them to do that. But what they don't realize is that we are born negotiators, boss. We don't even leave our vendors. So, vegetable vendor, these distributors are kya? Matlab, so of course they then kind of like come to a certain level and frequency where when they know that what we are talking about, and more. I think there are challenges in many aspects that come, again, stereotypical, there is gender bias, there is pay gap. The way how, for me, that I have actually kind of moved forward is basically sharpening my skills, sharpening my knowledge in terms of knowing your domain. At the same time, keeping that emotional and a human value very much intact. I think that has like really helped in the business. And what is also important is somewhere how well versed you are when you are talking a certain facts, because usually when you're talking based on facts, the conversation is completely different. So yeah, that's been the way it is.
So knowledge is your power. Divya.
Hello.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Hi. I'm very grateful to be sitting with you all. I already feel very good about it. So, about your question about challenges, I think with us, it's not just the professional challenges that come into the play. As we all can relate, the personal challenges. पहले घर में लड़ाई होती है, बाद में फिर बाहर लड़ाई है. We have to first go through that level. And once I feel that you've crossed that level where you've proven people that, you have to do that one click, you have to do it. There's no other way. Yeah. And then people have a different opinion. They start respecting you. Then the things, start changing around you. So for me, it was growing up, I knew this is going to be a challenge. I knew what I'm getting into. I knew it's going to be a difficult one. But I think I was pretty sure about things that when your talent comes in play, when you believe in yourself, when you're secure with yourself, I think that has helped me a lot, being secure and moving ahead, moving forward. And luckily, to be born in this time where there are plenty of opportunities right now in the film industry, where right from, we women are going to Oscars. I mean, we're going great. So I'm very grateful to be born at this time where there are so many opportunities going on.
Yes.
So yeah, it has been a challenge. It has been difficult, obviously, with the gender sort of roles also in casting. Like we are changing slowly to having movies which are like completely written on women. they have some bold roles to be done. The people have started believing, and so it is a vicious cycle. But I think it's doing well. We are going well, right? I mean, we have made our marks, like as women.
So, Divya, do you think your talent helped in
See,
doing that?
talent has to help. Like, if I'm talking as an actor, no matter how you reached, how hard it was to reach for you, how difficult or how challenging it was, when just not for a woman, for a man or anyone on screen, that thing where you are, I think that is your result. Like, people should like that. Nobody sees how you've reached. So, I was just madly going behind working on my craft, behind planning. We have to be our own PRs, and it has to be very emotionally intelligent. As women, we need to be very emotionally intelligent to represent ourselves in a society where we have to be in a certain way, so then they'll have that respect. So I think more than men, we have that pressure of having or conducting ourselves in a society and we have to, like, create that balance where the talent will also show and will also shine. So it has been good, but I think I'm proud to have such kind of challenges.
So, patience is your power. You have been patient enough.
Very, very patient. I think that's our superpower as women. We are gifted, we are
Yes.
born with it. Patience. We are the ones teaching everybody, we are the ones making the world go around. So I think there is no discussion about the whole superior genders, everything.
Very
It's
good.
just we know it, right? We don't have to fight for it.
Yes.
We just
Super.
know it.
Super. Thank you. Sarita,
Thank you for having me here, Jivida.
lovely. Thank you.
I've never felt any barriers. I've only broken barriers.
Oh, yes.
So, from the time I eloped to marry on a personal front 30 years ago, to going back to studying after 25 years of being at a corporate job, to then coming back after 1 year and saying that I don't want my corporate job anymore and I want to be an entrepreneur, I've only broken barriers. So, I've never felt any barriers in my career.
Round of applause, audience, please. Marike.
Hi, good evening,
Hi,
everybody.
thank you.
Honestly, I've not faced any barriers,
Oh,
and
wow.
I don't even understand which barrier. So I can't comment. I would be the wrong person to comment because I don't think when you're producing, you gauge the concept of barrier. So that it ends and begins there. My answer.
Great, wonderful. That means you had a wonderful experience working in our industry.
I made it wonderful.
Oh, yes. Great. Awesome. Anisha?
Hi. I'm just going to give a separate twist to this. First of all, the industry that my main primary industry is very gender biased. That's a different narrative altogether. The blockchain world, that's a known fact. But like she said, we just make it work. But I think that's something that we speak very little about. The main challenge that you have no control over, very little control over, is health. Post 35, and especially in today's world where you have to travel a lot, sometimes within 3 days I can travel 5 cities. And I remember there was one tranche of 48 hours where I was having this hot flush, and I didn't know what was happening on the flight. And then I remember a few times when you got that month, and then you just suddenly drop into that deep depression, and I'm like, I thought I was happy. I'm perfectly fine. Life is happy. Why am I crying? Why am I so depressed? And I remember I couldn't even get out of bed. But I'm so blessed that I have a team that's so supportive. They're like, okay, you know what? You just go Netflix, go cry out loud. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Like, it's okay. Just go deal with it. So blessed with an amazing team that can, fill in the gap while you try to regulate your body. But yeah, that was the biggest challenge in recent times, health and moderating, especially clock, time zone. And you have to really think about what you eat. I've started packing my rice cooker because you don't know what food you get, you see. So that's how I overcome in terms of, if you have to pack your own food in your luggage, do it, pre-prep, pack and go. And then, of course, saying no to social evenings that can go crazy.
Yeah.
So it's about the power of saying no to
Yes.
safeguard your body. Yeah.
Super. Wonderful. So, my next question for Sarita.
Yes.
As one of the few women entrepreneurs in the content business, what is your perspective on the state of women entrepreneurship within the industry?
So, in 2019, I gave up my well-paying corporate job to become an entrepreneur, and I will use the words leadership and entrepreneurship very closely and interchangeably. Um, the sad part was it when I went to INSEAD to study at Singapore, we were 55 people as part of the cohort. And you know how many women were there? Why don't you take a wild guess?
How many?
5. We were 5 women out of 55 people. So my question is, where are the rest? Where are the rest?
We are here.
Does she feel that she doesn't need to hone her skills? Does she feel that she needs to give priority to her husband or her spouse or a partner before her? Does she feel that it's okay to spend money, the 35 lakhs, on her partner than herself? So where is she? So I think it's very important that before you start looking at what others are thinking of you, you introspect a bit internally and see what you perceive yourself to be. Because I feel she's always low on confidence. She's expecting lower stuff. She's okay if her male counterpart is being paid more. She's okay if he's getting, leadership roles and she's not. So where does that leave her in terms of entrepreneurship? So when are we going to be saying that, listen, I'm not ready to do this, to saying I can do this? But don't get me wrong, the last few years have been very important.
Very important.
Like, I think it has unleashed the entrepreneurial spirit among women.
Women, yes.
77% of the money that comes from influencer marketing is being dominated by women.
Yeah.
29% of advertising agency leadership roles are being done by women. If you look at journalism, you'll see Frontline, Outlook, Tribune, all these are women editors.
Yes.
Ritu Sareen is heading investigative journalism in Indian Express. But I'm just saying is, well, all this is being done, there's lots more to be done for
To be
women
done.
entrepreneurship.
For sure. It's a long way ahead, but still we are standing and we are sitting here. So, okay, so now for Anjali. In your opinion, how do women influence changing narratives and perspectives in entertainment through their storytelling? For Marike, you as well, the same question.
Yeah, that's like a huge challenge because see, in series it's much easier because there's less sexism, so to speak, but and gender bias. But in fact, we talk about gender bias and it's quite open, at least in the shows that I've done or chosen to do. And some of the most popular ones like Kalkut or Murder in Mahim or the recent ones that I've done, like there's been very strong women characters, Gant, because I was working at Viacom, so I was working on all this. But in the current space, if you're talking about theatricals, we still get the same questions. It's still the same. So women-led films don't top the box office, right? Nobody talks about if a film fails, they don't say this was male-led, so it failed, right? But if it happens to be a woman-led film, then we get to hear that it failed. We shouldn't do women-led films. You hear it in corporates, you hear it with investors, you hear it with producers. I've heard it on several films since 28 years, up and down a few years when I wasn't there and I stepped out to have a baby. But it's still there. I mean, I can't say the bias doesn't exist, but you have to consciously take that storytelling and create active narratives for women. It's a job. It has to be done.
You should not stop taking initiatives. I would
Of
say
course,
that,
we have to keep
as
at
a
it
woman, you
because
should-
अभी हुआ नहीं है कुछ ऐसे equalization उस पे. And as far as salaries are concerned, the women actors get paid less. That's true.
Yeah, true.
Even when it is a woman-led film, she won't get the top dollar because tickets are not being sold on her name. That's the narrative that constructs itself. I don't know. Queen, you did, no, Sarita? Queen was yours? No, okay. But Queen was a film that the studio that we both worked at did, and that did really well. So at that point, nobody turned around and said, "Oh, women-led films are doing really well. We should only make these." I've been told Abaka, there's one another story, but इसमें तो 150 crore lag jayega. We can't do it because there's no male.
I know, but don't you think because it's going around since decades, you know, because of that we are changing it right now. Like we are sitting here, you are working sincere, Sarita, Marike, you know, we are doing a lot of Gayatri to work for women. That's because we don't. It's not that it's just, you know, because earlier women were not being supported by their families or getting into the film industry,
I don't
right?
think it is family related. I've even had spaces where a woman actress, and again I won't name them, have said that I don't want to do a woman-led film. I'd rather throw away chunnis in the air and do that because then my career gets an upswing and I get ads to do. But like this, I can't support myself.
I agree that, but that's because that's what I'm saying. It's going around since decades. So
It has to
we
be
are
broken. I mean, we forget that Mother India had Nargis, right?
yeah
It was a blockbuster.
yeah
So that was how long ago? But this is a constant.
constant
It's a
constant
upkeep.
yeah
of the
constant.
industry.
You have to take constant initiatives by women. They have to take their own stride. They make their own storytelling. They have to
And
make
I must point out that a lot of women-led films are directed and written by men as well. So,
yeah
you
of
know,
course. I agree. And Marike, please. I would, yes. In your opinion,
Yeah.
how do women influence changing narratives and perspectives in entertainment through their storytelling?
Honestly, I don't subscribe to that.
Okay.
I believe that the story has to tell itself.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, you have to stand up for the characters in the story. And if there are women in the story, just make sure the narrative is right
That's what.
for the women. I don't subscribe to the school of thought that there should be women-oriented films
Okay.
or films about women. They have to be films that touch your heart. They have to be films that are topical. They have to be films that make a difference to society and not gender-based.
Yes.
While you are making these films, as a woman, you can ensure that the narrative about the female roles in those films are projected ethically,
Ethically.
correctly, and forward. That's all I would say to this.
And entertaining also.
If it's not entertaining, nobody is going
Has to
in.
be entertaining.
This is not a social cause, it's a business.
That's because we are in the entertainment industry. We have to entertain audience for that. So for of course, you cannot do that.
For that, we have documentaries. We have different sort of genres. But from the place where I'm sitting at, we're making films to make money. It's a business, like you sell every product,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
And if you can step away, and I have stepped away at points and made films for the joy of making a film where I'm not making money, where I've made a short film or I've made another film independently because I have a story to tell and I put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about a business, let's understand that this is a business and we have to make stories that entertain people while also being ethical. That's basically it.
True. Gayatri, what challenges have you encountered transitioning from a corporate leadership role to an independent producer or entrepreneur?
Well, I think Sarita actually kind of like, spoke quite a lot and very strongly as well.
Yes.
So the basic difference between corporate and in entrepreneurship is basically corporate is far more structured, and you know that there is a certain comfort of you're getting your economics right, and it's coming to you every month, and that's basically those are the basic things. But overall, in a certain position that you are, and when you are delivering a very important and a critical role, the challenges are the challenges what you face in the business will be there. The only difference is that now, as an entrepreneur, you're a risk taker. there is no structure. You are putting your own structure. You're paving your own path, and you have your own sense of what you want to do. And of course, the ethical part definitely plays an important role. You are your own boss, is what they say. You're your own boss. You're your own visionary, and you are your own person who's a path breaker. Everything. So that is the biggest difference. There from structure to a non-structure in terms of, but you're creating. You're the one who's creating. You're creating everything yourself. So
But do you think that you have seen some difference of their, like looking at you when you were in corporate working and everybody was behind you for, maybe asking for work or, putting their projects in front of you. But as soon as you have find your own space, you want to work independent right now, people are they still meet you, they still want to meet you, but maybe sometimes they're not there, there are inhibitions working with you as an independent producer. Do you think you face that sometimes?
I haven't faced that. I
Okay.
haven't faced that. I think it's more to do with the, even when you're in corporate as well, it's more to do with the way how you build relations with people. It doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter whether it's then you. Of course, a corporate tag, definitely, yes, you're working for a
Yes.
Lionsgate, you're working for a Viacom, or it does make, but eventually during that time, it purely depends on what's the kind of relationship that you're building with your partners, your talent, your everyone, eventually. And that's what makes the difference. And when you're away from it, in fact, I am receiving more offers.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah?
Yeah. And for me, the horizon is really expanded because I can pick and choose to do whatever I want and I feel like doing, and it doesn't just limit to a certain particular role, which was there in corporate. I could write a story, I could do a podcast, I could do plenty of things.
Plenty of things.
Plenty of things, yeah.
Wonderful. Great. Divya, that's for you. The next question. So, Divya, how do you envision the future of media and entertainment being shaped by women? And what shifts do you foresee in content creation, leadership, and audience engagement? Because you are a, social media influencer. You have one big boss. So, what's your take on that?
Basically, like whatever shows, if talking about what I did, were just a part of something which was it was my personal journey, and I like kind of did it for fun. I did it for entertainment. I had to be engaged with my audiences, but in life generally, if you talk about it, there's quite a lot of difference, and I generally feel that as in the future, I think it's all going to be digital for sure, and we are very lucky to have a space where earlier times when I speak to my seniors in acting, they tell me that we had only 3 opportunities: films, advertisements, and TV serials. Right now, we are in a pool, in a segment where there are hundreds of OTT channels. We all have work, so I think. Influencing also is, I mean, I don't know if a few of you guys would agree with me or not, but it's a bubble, it's a phase.
Yeah.
Today, one woman rises as an influencer, she'll be trending for some days, and then there'll be another taking over the seat. It's not like a permanent cycle, as much as if you choose the right path of being an influencer. I mean, something like fashion, something like makeup and everything, it keeps changing, right? But if you really want to be a content creator in today's world, you have to have a very rigid and a proper subject in which direction you have to go. That might help you to be a lifelong influencer, if I would call it. But in the entertainment industry, it's changing every time. So this was just for the content creation, but as an actor, I think it's a journey. Everybody is going through their journeys, and in the coming world, I just hope that we are not taken over by the AIs. It's like our talents are not taken over by AIs. There are people as editors working so hard, editing, films, editing TVs, doing their stuff on mobile. It's become so easy now. there's this one experience I would like to, talk about content creation. When I set up a team to shoot my content for my Instagram, for my YouTube, and we have a proper team, proper camera setup and everything. And when we put that content online, it doesn't work well. But if you use your own cell phones and if you, post it raw, I don't know what the algorithm works, but that do better. So my logic, my theory about it was maybe because the content creation department is different. People are like involving films and content creation, it's a mess.
Yes.
Films are a respected platform. They should be. Films should be like films. Your reels should be like your reels.
So that's my following question to you. The same things. The actor in you right now, because you always wanted to be on screen, you wanted to act. But being a social media influencer, does this satisfy your creative?
In today's world, I'm everything. I
Yeah.
want to be everything. Actor, influencer, model, producer, maybe. I mean, I want to be everything because the more the merrier today. There was a time when, about talking about myself, I do have a YouTube channel, and then I thought, no, now I have to be a serious actor. I cannot be like, doing hi makeup. No. I have to be a serious actor. I have to, post content accordingly. And then I saw it's the game of fame, it's the game of money. So the streams as an influencer, as an actor, because actor's job is so difficult in a way that you have to be patient. Kabhi kabhi kaam aata hai to itna aata hai ki wow, if no work, then you're sitting at home doing nothing. So that's where the content creation and the actors, they came in together into play, where we are not acting or we are not doing any project. We have, social
Yes.
media to save
Yes.
our life.
Yeah. And money, lot of money you're getting. Money.
Money, yes.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, why not?
Yeah, of course. Of
It's
course.
business again. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Anisha, you've been sitting idly.
Attentively listening.
Okay, so that's for yours. With the rise of digital platforms and social media, how do you think the technologies are empowering women in the industry to gain more control over their content?
So much. A blanket statement is so much more than before. Back then, I think we all resonate. Our careers are determined by our family cycle, our life cycle. Now, with accessibility to be able to monetize what you do online, regardless of your lifestyle or choice, what you do in that period in your life no longer is a deterrent to your career progress. So myself personally, although born and raised in Singapore, still from a very traditional background. So when the time came, I was made a choice to exit everything in front of screen and completely leave the industry. Today, you can, because now the camera's from the phone. You become the boss of your own content. Access to many monetization opportunities are brought to you without a middleman where you may be indebted to do a favor that you don't want to, is taken away. It's your talent, your discipline to achieve a suitable outcome that can be monetized, and discipline to continuously produce, monetizable content. That's, and ethical content or whatever content. Basically, technology has a reduced barrier to access. It's available. Education, know-how is available for free.
Yes.
And your life changes is no longer a deterrent. So that's the beauty of what technology has done. More so ever in the fintech realm where I work, we enable digital currencies so that the women in the underserved communities can have a wallet without a formal identity, right? So that is a major plus point. Yeah. So, and they, in many other cities where you don't even have the right to your own wallet, that is a winning factor, because that we don't, you don't feel it, you don't experience it, so you don't know the pain. And that's why we do the work that we do, enable all these micro content creators to be able to monetize directly, enable all these content, all those micro influencers to do what you do, or just be rewarded just by viewing.
Correct.
So there's so much of back-end technology enablement that we do, build technology and platforms and payment gateways, jump through loops of compliances and regulations to make that and impact lives. So that's the beauty of
Wow.
what technology has done today.
Wonderful.
So fintech is so much more, Web3 is so much more, and that brings amazing, amazing joy to do. Yeah.
Super. So there is one very मैं हिंदी में बात करती हूँ because it's a very famous dialogue from since years I have been listening into movies. औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है ना? औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है ना? हम लोग सुनते हैं अपनी families में. I'm coming to my next question for because of this, है ना? Because I have been listening since in my औरत ही because you, that's what they say कि bitch or whatever, they are bitches, they want to fight.
The prime time is thriving on that.
Cat fight, पता नहीं क्या क्या, they're
Prime
so-
time, अपना prime time television thrives on that only.
that's what I'm saying. That all that Saas Bahu shows and wo, because and people people love that, right? So that I'm coming to my next question for this. So all of you, because you guys are doing so well, we are working hard. We every day we're striving hard to prove ourselves that what we are doing, what we are pursuing is right. So how do you balance collaboration and competition with other women in the industry? Do you think there's a stronger sense of solidarity among women in entertainment industry right now?
May I just go first?
Huh?
May I just go first? Number one, okay, so I come from, we do crossovers in both industries, right? The tech industry, the other women, we choose by competency which department you come from, because I'm an alpha female. I cannot handle, when you are not in the same level-headed field, I can't handle. I will alternate with, putting you under somebody else and let that person deal with you. In this side of the world, as you can see, dressing up is a problem because, in our industry, the lesser you're formal, we respect you more. If you come in t-shirt and shorts, in our industry, we say, okay, that's the millionaire. But, when you come to the entertainment industry, you've got to dress up. That's the biggest challenge. So when you work, we choose with the women that we can socialize as well. So I know it's kind of like a different thought process altogether. So it's very much about same wavelength, regardless of industry. Because, at the end of the day, you don't want unwanted cat fights. Yeah.
We keep the world an interesting place to be in.
No, because we have been listening on the set, cat fights, wo sab. Divya, have you
Why
experienced?
cat fights you talking to me about?
Oh,
No way,
see,
don't do
see,
that.
so do you? No.
Just because I was a part of Big Boss, no, let's keep that aside. But nahin, I mean, see, with me personally speaking, I have never had, had issues with women in terms of catfight, because usually I feel that, women maybe are a little thinking कि पता नहीं ये मेरे बारे में क्या सोच रही है. They already have that notion when they look at her कि she might not like me for sure. So once that happens, what I do is I just break the ice. I just go there. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're nice, and then you just break the ice, and then you'll find such a beautiful conversation, because each one of us, we have the heart, yeah. We understand each other's struggle. But the minute you leave aside that ego, that barrier of, I don't know how she must be thinking
Yeah.
about me. I think the life becomes easier. I have some beautiful, beautiful friends, all women, very nice. We all go in harmony, even being from the same industry. We are always looking out for each other. And I think it's more over to work on yourself, yeah. If you're a secure person
Yeah.
with your talent, with your capabilities, you're patient, I think there is nobody who would, do that to you. I've never faced that.
Sarita, you've been quiet. Have you?
No, I haven't faced any problem.
No?
It's about how supportive you are also,
Yes.
and how you extend yourself to
Yes.
other women.
Yes.
When I see a woman who wants to come back to work after taking a break after pregnancy,
Yeah.
I encourage her to come back to work.
Super.
Because what happens is most of the time she doesn't get work, and the world has moved on. So she needs to be slightly reassured and comforted, and given her that confidence so that she can go out. And so it's important to be supportive of women.
Behan code.
Sister.
Sister code.
You know, I want to say something. This is a male narrative, this question that you've asked. It's men who are bigoted, in my opinion, and I've seen them gossip and ask me, what's the goss? And that includes big actors, popular actors, I will not name them, and sit there and what I call bitching about other people. They are very good at it. It's a lower vibration.
But I do all my bitching with my male friends. You know, they're equally interested in knowing everything and knowing all the
Yeah,
gossip.
I see it with the men more than women, and I think it's their narrative which they want to throw on women. I don't subscribe to it at all. I've never seen it. I've never. In fact, women are such good producers because
yes.
we're just automatic on budget. You know, we do it every day, living daylights out of us. It breathes, yeah, because every day we have the same challenge in our kitchens. कौन सा जीरा डालने कितना राई डालने कितना everything is measured, right?
We are
so
multitaskers.
For us, it's a no-brainer. It's
Yes.
like producing is a no-brainer for women. It's a
Multitaskers.
challenge maybe for men, and talking bad about others and this gossip, and I think it's a big disservice that is being done to the society by creating them into these gender biases.
It's been going on since years on television, right?
What's that?
No, it's been going on since years on television shows. And that's what.
Now,
yeah.
I'd in fact like to give a very interesting perspective, you know, that we are talking about this. So, when I did my first production, which is the Indo-Taiwan production, interestingly, my partner is a woman, and my director is a woman, and we are doing an action comedy. So that's usually a very rare combination in terms of. So we very consciously chose in terms of like we want a woman because there's a very different perspective that a woman kind of like brings, you know, to action. And it's a very, you know, the typical mindset is like, oh, women don't like action movies or something like that. No, I love action movies myself. And my director is a woman director. Now, I'll give you another example, Sarita, to you also. So when we were shooting, my our dress, I mean the stylist, she was actually nursing, okay? Yeah. And we provided her all the possible, you know, facilities so that she can nurse. And when other people were not working, everybody took turn to look after a baby when she was doing her work.
That's very good.
Very good.
I think the gender biased, all of these conversations that usually happens in coffee table or coffee, you know, machine and all of that, it's just, it's eventually, I think it's we who have to create that change. It starts from us first.
Yes.
And that is where, and if we are creating, we will engage 10 more people. It's about how you create the energy and you make it more collective. So
Yes.
they say that when there is collective consciousness, that's where the magic happens.
Totally.
And we are absolutely, we are all of us sitting over here and everywhere for every woman, of course. We create magic because we are jananis, as simple as that.
That's what. We are actually the creators, right?
Exactly.
We are jananis, right? So it starts from us. And of course, rest is, you know, it takes all types to make the world. It doesn't matter whether it's male or female. If it's a certain personality trait that is going, it doesn't necessarily be a woman who's trying to kind of hit, or if you know, it could be anybody for the matter of fact. You know, it's about how secure you are in your head and what are the kind of things that you feel. You know, and we are born with empathy and compassion. That's for sure. You know, in that sense.
I think this has been created for women to feel insecure, maybe in the environment, because me as an actor, since he has been in this industry and then getting into the business professional, I have faced sometimes I have faced women not supporting me. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe I can be wrong in the
No, it's an
my
experience.
but
Yeah, it's
they
an
have not
experience,
been
honestly.
supported for some or the other reasons, or maybe I can because this has been created in our minds and subconscious. Maybe the other person doesn't want to do that, right? And they have been influencing me about the lady or about the woman, that oh, she's telling something about you, oh, she's not supporting you, or she doesn't want you to be here. So, yeah, the subconscious also works like that because we have been taught like that, and we have been influenced by other people also sometimes. But yes, a sister code exists. That's why we all are sitting here, and I love you guys for that. Any perspective of yours, Marike, on this? I would love to hear from you.
Women love me, men respect me, and you know, for all the rest who are having their cat fights, they're obviously very impressed with me. So, like, good for them. They have something to talk about. I mean, as long as I'm entertaining them, if they can throw some money my way also, since I'm entertaining them, that's really that matters. It doesn't exist in my eyes. Yeah. I don't understand all of this.
Great.
You know, it's
Every woman
beyond-
should be like you,
it's
yeah.
like-
We all should
I
learn
have,
from you.
I have zero interest in this gender war and all of this nonsense. Do your work will speak, you'll make money. If you're good at it, it will work. If you're bad at it, it won't work. Male, female, not animal, whatever you want to be, just do your work. Simple.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Just
And-
wanted to
Oh,
add
please,
this
please,
when
please,
when you're
please,
asking the
Anisha.
first question, she's like, "What is this? This question doesn't apply to me." I looked at her and I was like, "You are a no nonsense person, aren't you?" So she's the ideal boss for anybody, regardless of gender. But if you're gonna work for her, you better deliver. You better deliver. I think no,
Wow,
and I-
powerful women.
yeah, and I think I was really looking forward to a day where we don't have such a panel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm sure we work towards that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Closing notes from all of us to empower women, to empower world, to empower ourselves, please.
Oh, there are not very many women in this audience. However, I think
Oh yes,
I
I'm
think
not
what's
noticing.
what's important. I think the men need to understand this also. It's not just a women thing, but you know, believe in yourself because that's all there is. So it's so easy for everyone to give your own intelligence and your own power to XYZ thought or XYZ person or guru or senior, or you know, we're always looking to get led by somebody else. I think what's important is to lead yourself first down that road, and like she said, just do the job, right? Like there's no shortcut there. Today, even more so, there's no shortcut. You can make a film on the phone. You can do everything sitting at home, you know. So there's no excuse for not doing. I'm making a documentary on climate change. I'm setting up a company. I'm setting up an institute. So people ask me the reverse question: how are you doing all this? I'm like, at 52, if I can't do more than this, then there's a big problem. I haven't learned anything.
Guys,
No, I think we've kind of like covered almost all the points that is there, and just believe in yourself and just keep doing what you're doing and be secure in your head. And I mean, if the same thing, if I were to be asked when I was a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old to myself, I would say self-love would be definitely an important aspect. Self-love. That is something that is not been, and it just not happens from within us. It starts from our grannies to mothers to generations and generations, and that needs to change somewhere. a
that
little
becomes
bit.
your DNA.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
So what you are, the way simplistic things like, अरे तुमने खाना नहीं, तुम खाने में नमक नहीं डाल रही हो तो तुम मतलब अगले घर में क्या सीखोगी? I think those conversations need to be like
Yes.
cross. No.
Yes.
You know, the best cooks are males, chefs. You know, male chefs. So I think that is where it is. I think one is, another thing is to kind of like be more aware of who you are and what you are and what you can do, and I think the rest will follow.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Divya.
I just want everyone to just chill. Women, chill. मजे करो. जो करना है करो. जिसकी बजानी बजाओ. Just have fun with your life. Yeah, I mean, I've been always having fun with my life, and as an actor, my life, you know, whatever the challenges, ups, down, ye, wo, lafda, whatever is happening, it's like a story I'm writing for myself. And I'm going to be the, you know, the climax of the story would be all winning, everything happening well. So yeah, just have fun, chill, don't fight.
You're the protagonist of your own story.
Yeah, I know, right? We all should, right?
Everyone
We all should.
is, yes. Sarita?
I think it's important to start talking, you know, because a lot of people, a lot of women try to fit in and take things silently.
Yes.
I haven't, like I said, I have not faced any of that, but it's important for us to start talking, and that is progress. When you take action and talk about it, that is progress. When you have people at home, your partners, your colleagues being your allies, that is progress. And building a supportive community, you know, we are in the advent of with social media. You can do networking, you can do collaborations. So I think all these are important to build your supportive community, and you should continue doing that.
Wonderful, thank you. Marike?
Hi. So actually, there's something I want to say. I think the answer into succeeding to any business is in the details.
Ji.
People who are obsessed with details
Ji.
go a long way. So if you want to be successful in the business that we're in, do not skip the details. Do not skip the small stuff. The small stuff matters a lot. As a woman, the only difference that you can make is to be empathetic, to take care of the small stuff and be the ear to an entire crew.
Yes.
Because if you don't have your ear to the ground, you're not going to be able to succeed. Because if everybody is happy, the film wins.
Wow.
Or the project wins.
Wonderful, thank you. Wow, very good.
I would say don't expect sympathy, but empathize.
Nice.
And it has to be a full circle, not only invite women to return back to the workforce after their pregnancy, but enable and promote men to take a leave to look after newborns.
Wow, that's
Enable
a
enable and provide for an environment, even if it has to change the job scope, for the men to take a back seat to be with their teenage children. Because at the end of the day, you're in the most important business of healing society. You tell stories to heal society. As storytellers, we need to enable each other's mental health to be able to tell beautiful stories. So it cannot be one-sided. It has to be holistic. There's no men without women. There's no women without men. So it has to go a full circle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call a Shakti and Adi Shakti, you know. You are incomplete, but you're still complete. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much for being here, having me, talking to us. And thank you all for joining us today in this insightful session. It's inspiring to see this incredible strides women are making in this shaping the industry. So let's continue to support and amplify these voices as they pave the way for future generations. Keep the conversation going. Sarita, keep the conversation going, and let's champion more diversity and inclusion in media. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause for these wonderful, beautiful, powerful women, content queens. And you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you loved it. Thanks. Thank you. Anybody wants to have some question with the ladies? I don't think so. They've answered everything.
They're scared now. They're like, take the camera and shoot.
Chalo, let's wrap it up. Yeah, thank you.
I hope I have permission to be on stage, considering that I'm a man.
You're also a woman.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to say thank you to Javida, and thank you to all the lovely panelists. I would. Oh, is it? Okay. No, Satyendra was there. Who's there? Satyendra's not sure. I'd like to call on stage Sharad Patel, who is founder, chairman, and managing director. I remember that very well now because because Sharad has reminded me now. He is from SP Cinecorp, and Satyendra Mehra, who is group director Nürnberg Messe. They will be handing over mementos to all the lovely ladies.